All right, check. Yes, got the mic up. Yo, we're running. Also, guys, don't know if you guys know about this. I don't even remember what this says on the back, but you guys are gonna have to. I'm gonna take a look here. I'm curious, bro. Oh, I guess I got the writing on there. I was curious to see what that said. Yeah, yeah. No, we literally had our Twitch URL on there. But yeah, guys, welcome back. Goofy way to start the stream, I know. We're gonna be hopping into Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. We're gonna actually, it's our goal. We're probably just gonna progress the game in Pelennor Fields. I got nothing left to really do. I mean, technically, we do need to go ahead and 100% a couple of spots, but I feel like progressing tonight, guys. I want to push the pace. We might beat the game tonight. We might beat Lord of the Rings: The Third Age tonight, guys. So yeah, we're gonna push forward progression and see where we get. I mean, I'm kind of excited to see what happens. Real quick before we do start, let's make sure our lights are working. If you guys ever want to mess with my lights, all you gotta do is type in exclamation point followed by a primary color or police. Exclamation point police will flash red and blue lights. So I like to test it, make sure we got everything running. Perfect. All right. We got that up and working, guys. Turn on some tunes. We're gonna chill for just a moment. What are we sitting at with our time? We'll be coming up on 5 minutes on the live, guys. So we'll probably start switching things on over to Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Here in probably we'll probably get things switched over here in like a couple minutes, to be honest. Like, we're gonna jump right into things and get going. I want to beat the game. I really want to beat it, and we might do that tonight. You guys are gonna have to toss up some games for me in the comments, in case I do beat the Third Age tonight, because we're about to hop in that, and we're about to grind that out. I don't know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna beat it? I guess we'll find out. We might struggle, but we gotta beat the Third Age. Yo, what's going on? A1 Destroy All Humans? Bet, dude. I played Destroy All Humans. Maybe it was remastered. It might have been a remastered version of the first game. I played it for a little bit. I didn't really know what I was doing or what was going on, but like, that's a game I would definitely check out. Dude, I'm gonna have to hold up. Wait a minute. Let me write that down. I'm legit gonna write that down. I'm over here with my checkbook. I'm an absolute animal. I just need to take notes. So yeah, the remasters are nice. The comedy. That's what I was gonna say. A1, like, it had some the game had some comedic chops to it, you know. But I gotta find something to write. Okay. I'm gonna write down on this little deal. I just want to write down Destroy All Humans, to be honest. I've always been curious about that game. I've never really like dove into it, but I've always been curious about it. Destroy All Humans. What, 1 and 2? There's 2 of them? Or is it just one game and then a remastered version of the one game? I'm literally, this is what I'm doing, A1. Sticking it right here. I wrote it down. And this is gonna sit, or literally, it sits right here in front of my monitor. That's my little reminder. Thinking ahead, man. If we beat the Third Age, We get to hop on over, dude. All right, you said there's 2 of them. Bet, dude. Thank you so much for the gifts, A1. Let's go, and the like on the live. Let's go, dude. Yeah, dude. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna pause the music. We're gonna hop on over to the third age. I'm gonna load this thing up. A1, I don't know if I showed you my controller that I've been running with this. If anytime I'm running this emulator, I have this tiny ass controller I got for like 20 bucks. So yeah, the keys and stuff on it are green, so you're seeing right through it, unfortunately. But like this is how small it is, dude. How small it is. And then this is what your Duke controller looks like from the OG Xbox. Like, there's a big difference, man. I can't even show you. You can see that. Like, it's a huge difference. And I love them both because I'm so used to your standard controller having something that's a little bit smaller than having one that's just like gigantic in my hands. Both of them feel nice. You're rocking with the generic 360 controller for emulators. Gotcha. Well, I got that, and then I've also got this Razer controller I run anytime I'm playing 2K or Rocket League. I'll run this thing. And it's even got like back paddles, which I don't know if you can see or not. You might be able to. You can kind of see here. So, like, this thing's been pretty sick for competitive play. All right, let's do it. Bro, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be very safe right now, A1, because I can't remember if I saved. I'm gonna save right now. I've got to save, bro. I feel like I have to save at every point that I can from here on out. Also, A1, you went crazy with those likes, man. I'm noticing those, dude. You went crazy. So that's cool. You need a new controller for Honor. Has claimed another controller of mine. No! Oh, that sucks, dude. I got a buddy that plays for Honor. He acts like it's an addicting game, but he acts like the game itself is just absolute cancer as well. he loves it and he hates it all at the same time. All right. Do you think I might get shit on? I might get shit on by some enemies here. We're gonna see what happens. I said, nah, he's right. It's terrible. You're trying to quit, but keep playing. That's where he's at, man. That's exactly what he tells me all the time. But then every once in a while, he finds his way back over there. Elagast? Frenzy? Rangercraft? I know Arrows of Sleep won't work against those chieftains. So I'm trying to figure out what else might work. What if I go... what's under Bowcraft? Crippling? I could try Crippling. I don't know if this will work either. They might be immune to it. Yeah. That's what I was kind of figuring. To lower their spirit attack damage. Alright. I mean, I could lower their range damage. I don't know if I actually have anything... Oh yeah, no, Pierce Will. There it is. There it is. Alright, appreciate it, A1. Chief's attacks from spirit base. Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, because normally they do a decent amount of damage to me, and I never, like, know what the best way to, like, kind of go about the chieftains in particular. Like, normally I just try to kill them as soon as possible, because I don't like them, man. So do you think Cursed Arrow, the Pierce will lowers or defense, not offense? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Honestly, I gotta start. I have to start running some leadership. We're just gonna go stand fast. I gotta run some leadership with Barathor so I can get another leadership ability unlocked. Company, yep, that's what I want. A1, that's what I want. That's I've got it selected right now, so I'm earning towards it. Run defense. And then, man, I really. And then Elgas is next. Okay, of course. So, we're gonna run company might. We're gonna run some heals. Honestly, I'm just gonna run Gift Galadriel. Well, say that. I gotta think about. I could run Frenzy, bro. Look at how much AP she's got. So the next time you get perfect mode, save it so attacks cost less. Gotcha. Oh, I didn't know that. All right, bet. It's pretty cool. Like, I can just do this now. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I'll take it, bro. I'll take those counters. Any day of the week, man. Anytime I can get a counter with Barathor or Hadhod, I feel like I'm always dealing good damage. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take away my ability to melee attack. Fine. We'll just run leadership again. Fellowship Grace. Might get a little spammy with some of the attacks. Something good. Work towards that leadership skill. Hadhod, you're just gonna run. We'll run. Yep. Maybe I shouldn't run spirit powers against these dudes. First of all, it's Tomfo. Domri, what's up, dude? What's up, buddy? Alright. Okay, we're gonna run leadership. We'll increase momentum for the entire party. Why not? We're just basically going through all the leadership moves anyways. Bro. We've got so many buffs. Yeah. I guess we'll just run leadership again, bro. Keep running it. Mortal, you said the mortal shot stops melee attacks. Gotcha. A1. I know I can clear that though with Adriel. Get her a little. I think it's cleanse waters or cleanse shadow, something like that. Cleansing waters. Okay, that's the entire group. That's what we'll run. I should have run heals though. I'm an idiot. We really need the heals. Hey, at least he went for a Hadhod, bro. Okay. Hey, we got that biting blade. Shit. Here we go. You have the one that stops fear and leadership. It takes off debuffs. I don't think I have that. I'm gonna be honest. Bring in Aoden. And we're gonna run Spearcraft, Ruptured Armor. Domri, dude, come here. My dog is acting like he wants to go outside. Alright. Oh, I hate that Morgul Vapors, bro. Like, they always run that, I swear. Hey, Juan, thank you so much for the gifts again, dude. Slapping me with those GGs. Oh, dude. I'm reading. My dog's like scratching at the door. We're gonna run. They only have 2 left that can attack. We're gonna heal ourselves. And meanwhile, I'm gonna take a rip of some old Toby. IRL. I could run Biting Blade. What's Taunt Foe? I like this. Dude, yeah, it won, yeah. Let's go, dude. Oh yeah, this is. Oh, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit so. Oh my god. It's hitting a little hard. Too much old Toby. That's like a bag of old Toby. I just needed a leaf of old Toby. Double Ripper. Water usually helps. Alright, we're good. There's nothing that that old Toby can't fix, so. Hey bud. Hey bud. Thank you so much for the gifts. Let's go, man. Oh yeah. Benjamin Rips. Got some long bottom leaf. Which direction? All right. Dude, I'm getting into a battle like every so many steps. This is insane. Yo, thanks so much for the likes, man. Let's go, dude. Can't see it, but technically you can see it because of yeah, top of my head and my shoulders. Damn. But right now, all my lights are green in here. Oh, okay. We're gonna run Gift of Elrond. Okay, Gift of Elrond is useless. Well, all right. Let's inspire. I don't see why not. Let's cheapen everyone's AP. It's a double attack leadership. Oh my god, I should have done that. I should have done that A1. I could have just gone captains and inspire and then war, what was it, war cry or war call, and then it's just like everyone gets an attack in. And running frenzy. Do I don't even. I shouldn't. I should not do that because I want to use spearcraft and rupture armor. We're just gonna do what we can here. It's all good. He's still learning. That's true, A1. That's true. I have a lot of those moments where it's like, oh, I did this, but instead I could have done this or that. Oh, you know what? Let's go. Now I'm learning. Now I'm catching on. So we'll go cleansing waters. And then I can just run Water Stallion. I could do that. Could I have just used Valorious Haste, gave someone else a turn, but then used a like frenzy type option? I'm kind of curious now. You said yeah. Oh man. And then I could have just kept getting more and more hits off. Okay. It might just be like, okay. Oh, we can run spirit actions here. We gotta use the character that doesn't have the next attack. Gotcha. Like right now, if it was Adriel's turn, you choose Barathor. Yeah, that's what I was like wondering. If I just choose Barathor, but then Barathor uses like his double leadership attack if he's like under that debuff. If not, it's just like give me that best attack option. Oh wait. If we run Frenzy, take 2 additional Spirit. Okay. But who needs health the most? Oh, Adriel. Healer real quick. Oh, now I got Barathor? Alright. So like I now run double attack. Watch this. War cry. Yeah, we'll do this. Take out the next orc that has a turn. The thing is the videos for this game get more love than the lives. Damn. Alright. And then I can just run leadership again and Warcry again because we're using hardly any AP. Oh, but it doesn't even matter though, does it? Because, well, no, they still get attacks, right? Did I miss that? Hold on. We got 1K likes on a video about this, but on lives, barely anyone in the lives. Gotcha. Let's run this shit again. There we go. Oh, you can do light craft too? Okay, I thought I was locked into just spirit powers. That's insane. Okay. Well, I just learned that. Frenzy counts towards spirit craft as well, or light craft as well. Just run all heals. See what this dude does. Okay. Run leadership. That's crazy. Company might for 5 AP. He'll taunt him as well as Barathor. Barathor's tanky. I just bring in Hadad. Double attack. So that's the perfect mode in Captain Inspire combo. That has it like cost 5. It's just so crazy for me to see that. Crippling Smash should get this guy, right? Yeah, there we go. And I can just run this attack move. Still need, you won't take damage. Oh, gotcha. We've learned Berserk. Hey, we just learned a new move. And I'm wondering, I might change these lights real quick. These are staying green and part of my head's been missing. What if I just go? But yeah, there we go. So, oh, Morwyn's got a level up. That's crazy. I haven't used her in forever. I need to though. I need to keep grinding out these guys. And we don't have any new equipment. He said for some reason couldn't repost your love. You're live. Gotcha. Gotcha, A1. Dude, yeah, I have no idea. I thought that, I know that in the past I've had people do it. Like, I know it's been a thing before. Trying to get some more viewers in here. Gotcha, man. Dude, I appreciate it. Okay, so we got Adriel. What are we doing here? Alright, oh shit. Just run Frenzy? I don't even know what this, the weakness is here. I mean, Frenzy and, oh, yeah. Okay. Could run Hadhod. We can deal some damage over time with Hadhod. Aodan has rupture armor. I could also just use an item, or I could use Morgul Decay. Get rid of his armor. Or I have an idea. Therefore, Shattering Strike to lower armor. Wait, I don't even know what just happened. That was my first turn, wasn't it? Is that what I did? No, I don't even know what I thought I just gave the turn to someone else. Oh, okay. Well. You can use it on Hadhod now too. Okay. How is that gonna work then? They both get turns before. Oh, yep. Okay. I'm gonna run double attack. I could also taunt him. Hadhod's got more health. Oh no, Aodan does. Shit, never mind. I could also run Flames of Ruin and just deal damage to him over time. Oh, Mountain Shield. Mountain Shield for protection. That could be nice. I'll run that. Because now I got, now I'll have some defense for everyone. Or I could bring in Barathor right now. I might bring in Barathor. I'm gonna bring in Barathor. Yup. There we go. This is what I want. Double attack. Captain's Inspire. Yep. What was the is there something to I thought maybe there was something to reduce. Well, we could increase critical hits too. That's cool. That's another really cool thing. Targeted strike would ignore his armor. Company Valor is good against it, and also 2 Elagasu Flash Arrow and Lightning Arrow. Gotcha. It'll make it miss most of its attacks. That's crazy. I don't think Stunning Strike would even work with it. Might just lower his. Ooh. You're not sure on this one. Gotcha. I might just run. I could deal some massive damage with targeted strike. That's what I'm kind of tempted to do. I could also just run a Warcry for only 50 AP. Stunning is only 7. Yeah, dude, it was super cheap. I'm just gonna lower his armor value. That's what I'll do. I'll do that. And we're still dealing damage when we do that. Yeah. Oh, not again. Then you're saying, well, we're gonna do this. Blinding? No. Might run blinding? Then... Fell bite. Oh shit, still getting them. Get that health back. Let's go. Company Valor. I don't know if I ran this already. I don't think so. Probably should have looked, but oh well. And then Elagos, you're gonna be Frenzy. Alright. That's what I was wondering. There's Cursed. Ranged attack that lowers foes' range damage, which would be nice. And then Piercing, that's Piercing Might with lowering his melee damage. Yeah, probably. I don't have a ton with him. Could go Draining Shot and just get health back. I mean, that wouldn't be bad. Cursed Arrow, I've got it. Ranged attack that lowers foes' range damage. Alright. Steal health from a foe. Ooh, a double crit. Alright. Then maybe run Cursed. I haven't ran Cursed, have I? No. That wasn't nearly as bad. I'm still gonna run a double attack. know if I did company power, but I'm going to. And then alright, and then Adriel. 2 spirit. Let's do it. Say fellowship, grace 2. Next time for AP. But yeah, because Elagos is starting to get low. Barathor's here is starting to get low. Dude, glorious haste. Wait, I guess just glorious haste on both of them. That is nuts that you can do that. You got that crit, bro? Let's go. Trying to think of what else we can run. Oh shit. Alright. Might just increase momentum for the entire party. Oh. Double attack Captain Spire again. I could run Biting Blade. Well, nah, he doesn't really. Barathor specifically doesn't need that. Could Royal Grace. Actually, that could be nice. Said for Elagos and for reset. What's his stuff cost? From pinning shot. Just looking at all the other like buffs and debuffs. I don't know if this will work, but I might just do this. Do another debuff, pinning shot, or will that not work? It's been kind of fun, dude, going through some of these. Say it doesn't counterattack, gotcha. Okay, so that doesn't matter. I know I can't put him to sleep. It's not worth it, but you don't know the damage it does, gotcha. Maybe I'll just bring in head HUD. Double attack. Melee attack that lowers the armor rating of foe. Double. Okay, so go for my double attack. We're gonna go Q armor. Do I do Stone Hewer? There's Mountain Rage, Berserk, lowers defense but temporarily increases speed. Interesting. I don't think I'll stun him. Mountain Rage, bet. Or Cleaving. Ooh, I like damage over time. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna do it. It could deal more damage over time with Flames of Ruin. You're almost done, maybe like hour more or less. Gotcha. Dude, oh, so I'm getting real close. Let's go, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Oh. Another double attack, actually. What's Stone Hewer do? That's what I say. Frenzy, then Dolores, both of them gotcha. Dude, that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try this. I can't remember what this even is. Well, I didn't really do much. There it goes. And it's a beast. Got some more armor? Oh shit. Save point. Let's go. Oh yeah. No, for sure. We're over 40 hours right now. Wonder if we're 80% complete? Nope. Yo, what up, Fusky? What's going on in chat, dude? Oh, the grind just keeps on going. Alright, here we go. Frenzy. Yes. And then it's immediately Warrior Haste. Warrior Haste. I could just technically give those all to Barathor, couldn't I? Take out the veteran. So who's your go-to squad, or do you rotate everyone pretty consistently? I mean, I kind of bounce around. I'm gonna run Mountain Rage, dude. Aw, shit, we missed. Okay. Let's go Dwarven Cleave over here. Run this first guy. That's all I'll do. There we go, just deal some damage. Veteran, he's annoying, and arrows. Sleep, work on the other dudes, gotcha. This is worth it. This is so worth it. We got the counter. Yo, we got a crit. Ah, they got that buff. Black shield. We'll have to do something about that. Well, head hot. This sucks. Take off his buff. Yeah. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Here's our debuffer. We'll run Dispel. I should have ran Frenzy with them. That was the spirit power. Oh well. Yeah, I haven't used Morrowind. I really haven't. Both of them are asleep. this work? Nope, he's immune. Never mind. Damn. Still got another shot though. Run piercing might on him. Alright, and then we'll do okay, I know exactly what I'll need to do. But for right now, I'm just gonna go Spearcraft Rupture Armor. And we missed. That's tough. Normally that's a high damage move. Spirit powers, no. Shadowcraft, Dispel. You know what? That's all that matters. And we probably should have just ran it. Yep. Oh well. I'm realizing like every time I can just run Frenzy. Get 2 moves back to back. I need to steal health. Wasn't there something for blinding? Rangers attack that lowers their accuracy, which surely I can use that, right? Another little debuff. A bub. Alright. Does Crippling even work on him? The same shot probably won't do much, but I'm gonna run it. Double crit, never mind. Well, that sucks. Okay. Oh shit. Shit, what do I do? Ooh, you know what? Drain action points? Decrease enemies' action point pool size. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Spirit Drought. Alright, and then Omri, dude, chill. I can just give it to Aodin again, right? Yeah, Fuski. Yeah, man. For sure. I've just been rolling with whoever, honestly. I need Barathor back in, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try Frenzy again. Spell. I kinda like that. That's nuts. You can steal AP and HP. Aw, not this again. Man. Maybe I just run that combo again. See, now I don't even know what to do. We might, could I just keep, tap reserve? No. Spirit Drought? Just keep debuffing them with that? Oh, Aghast gets healed. I'm just gonna do this anyways. Oh, double attack. Here's what I'm about to do. I'm about to just go damage heavy. I'm gonna run that. I'm gonna run Warcry. Everyone take hits. There we go, guys. We're just gonna wipe them. That's crazy. Oh, no, we gotta go right back to this, guys. I mean, we at least did some damage. I could definitely get him here. Let's do it. I knew it. I knew it. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I needed. Oh, bet. Here we go. I don't even know if this matters, or if that stacks or not. You know what? Let's just do... Gonna be flying through action points at that point. I just want to get some attacks in. We're just gonna go straight for... Get some AP back, and then we'll do an attack here. We'll cry. It's 150. I'm just gonna do it. Deal as much damage as we can, man. As much damage as we can. Some Loud Water Fury? I don't know if I did much. Just run another stunning strike. Keep them stunned. There we go. It'll be easy. Really, I can just keep running that. Alright, and then we got... So run Spearcraft, Rupture Armor. Oh, he can counter. Oh, he's got way more health than I realized. Okay. I was getting, flying. I should have been running with my frenzies. But now I'm running low on AP. Oh, we'll just give both to Barathor. Barathor can go crazy. Maybe just do company power. Get some health back. There we go. You keep using leadership, company power. Company rally. Now at this point, I'm just doing this to grind up for that leadership skill. Frenzy. This is how you grind your different skills too. I just realized that. Yep, this is the grind, lol. Alright, I just wanna take him out. We'll cry. I guess I should use war call. Then we missed. Ah, no. We got 2 crits. We took him out. Let's go. It's like, so really it feels like the grind comes down to always spamming frenzies. Adriel, you just give like you give out turns. You give out turns, so then you just go to each person, run frenzy for both of them. And then you're getting so many turns in. You said it doesn't counter, or spamming frenzies, giving turns, and taking turns away. Gotcha. Yeah, with because I know Hadhod has his crippling smash, which will take turns away, which is insane. Oh, another fight. Said in Shadowcraft there's a skill called crippling. It won't do damage, but take turns away, can grind. Oh, gotcha. Said leadership, spirit attacks. Dude, honestly, I'm just gonna run Captain's Inspire. Oh shit. Wait, we just lowered everything. No, that's smart. That is smart, because now Fellowship Grace. Oh, recover that AP. And we'll gain it back. And then we run Frenzy. Still give one to Bearthor, even though he's got 9 AP. So you can still run Biting Blade too. You can taunt a foe. Taunt the troll. So we'll make sure the troll goes after him. It's also stand fast, gotcha. I might just do that twice. I don't know if that, I don't even know if that stacks actually. No, it probably doesn't. Nope. Okay. Check this out now. Everything's gonna be super cheap. Boom. Can increase momentum. Why not? Company rally. There's Shield of Courage. Yep, there it is. Dude, honestly, that was like my main goal. Still want to beat the game, but like that feels like a damn good accomplishment right now because that's gonna help me so much. Oh, let's go. What are I'm trying to figure out what his tax costs. So 159 AP, okay. Just paralyzing. So that's an elite troll captain. Doubt that'll work on him. But they won't get put to sleep, I don't think. Your tanks every debuff, gotcha. Only thing is lower armor, okay. Damn, alright. I'm gonna do that. Well, I could lower his spirit defense if I ever want to run a spirit attack, but I don't. That would be a buff for Hat on it if I did that. The dude will go to sleep. Oh, he will? Oh. Got the one guy though. just trying to figure out how to lower his accuracy. Crippling probably won't work on him. Lowers foe's spirit defense. Those melee damage, range damage. Blinding, said blinding shots are good. Let's run that then. That'd be messing with his accuracy. Run it while it's cheap. Saying Ayo did. Grants immunity to fear and cures all negative effects. Okay. I wanted to see what it was. That come there, that Shield of Courage. So this works too, though. I got 17 AP. I don't even know what else I have. I'm just gonna run. We can just run this. What was that? Company power? No. One call. I guess Swordcraft. I'm just gonna do. Ooh, targeted strike could hurt. We get 2 in a row. 7 and 7 is only 14. Citadel Rage. But then we run out of AP. Workbane. Technically, we'd get 3 swings in though, so that wouldn't be that bad. I doubt we can. I'm just gonna deal some damage. We got some debuffs on him. Then we'll get that crit. We'll get more crits. It's gonna drain your action points from him. Channel Spirit. That's. I guess we just hand him. Yeah. Honestly, I ran that one time before. I didn't realize he transfer that much though. That's crazy. Okay. A1, do you ever just Valorious Haste with Adriel over and over to Barathor and then just transfer AP the whole time to Barathor and he just gets a million attacks in? Like, that just sounds so OP. LOL, it won't work like that. You have to use Aoden only. Gotcha. Okay. It just seems like a cycle. Like it just keeps on going. You just keep on getting AP over and over and over. It feels like you never run out. Feels like a way to just keep grinding in a loop, in the same loop. Just working on all your power, on all your like spirit powers and shadow craft. I can work on. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I really want to worry about it. I'm gonna get more into deal some damage. Just deal high damage with Barathor. Oh, the double attacks. Okay. I'll do it still. Where are we at? 442. I'm gonna go for damage. Lower AP. Captain Inspire. Yeah, like it feels like I'm doing the same, like it's just the same rotation or lineup of just moves, and I'm just doing them over and over and over. Where before I was just kind of like attacking and having fun with it. Inspire. I can literally start restoring more AP. No, don't we actually still have Fellowship Grace running? Never mind. Bro, I might just run. Where's my 3-hit melee attack? That shit should just knock him out, right? Yeah, that's what I kind of want to do. Like, I kind of figured that would just take him out. This dude... Still got Barathor. He won't survive this. No, he did. Oh, we got another. We got another. This should be good. Damn. See, like, I'm gonna be honest, I like the Fortnite A1 before you told me about all these other moves, all the debuffs and buffs that I weren't really using. It's like completely changed the whole strategy. Oh shit. Don't know if I'm ready for this. Just want to see. That's my only target. You know what I'm gonna do? A1. I am going to save this for tomorrow night. Dude, what a cliffhanger. It is actually it's starting to get kind of late here, and I think I am gonna save this one for tomorrow night, dude. Like that's insane. This is where I was hoping to get to. I wanted to get to at least one of these things. So D all good, bro. I forgot. Yeah, yeah. But dude, I'm saving my state on that, and whenever I pull it up tomorrow night, that's the exact screen you're gonna see, dude. I'm gonna be hopping right into that fight. Um, but yeah, man. So might be around the same time. We're gonna be. Wait, is my stream froze? Okay, there we go. Things were looking a little glitchy on my end, but we're good now. So yeah, dude, my plan is I want to be up right around 7:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow night. Um, we are also currently live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. All you have to do is look up iAchieve or iAchieve Studios, and you guys will find me. I'm pretty much posting daily on TikTok and YouTube. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this thing again tomorrow night, 7:30. We're gonna keep progressing this. I'm telling you, A1, we're gonna beat this game, whether it's tomorrow night or the night after. Like it's happening, dude. It's happening. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head on out, man. You have a great night.